Hello everyone, I'm Im Song Song. We will look into three leaders: Hitler, Mao, and Pol Pot. They were horrible and terrible troublemakers. As we look into these leaders, we are able not to repeat this situation again. Now, let's see our content. Content. First, what was going on in each country before Hitler, Mao, and Pol Pot took power? Second, what skills, abilities, and educations did each leaders have? Third, how did each leader gain popularity and political power in their respective country? Fourth, how did each leaders maintain political power and control despite the failure of their policies? And lastly, um, I'll summarize all of these four topics. So let's see. Let's look get from the topic one. What was going on what was going on in Germany before Hitler took power? Germany was struggle with the Treaty of Versailles, which had imposed harsh reparations. Germany was facing political fragmentation and instability following its defeating in World War One. Inflation was soaring not only Germany but also whole Europe, and to make it worse, in 1929, due to Great Depression, economy of Germany got unstable so that middle class collapsed and many people were unemployed. Next, China. China was politically fragmented and struggling with internal conflict. Qing dynasty had collapsed and Republic of China was created. But this new government was too weak and unable to unify the country due to warlords had each regions. First Sino-Japanese War broke out, and also civil war between Chinese Communist Party and Nationalist Party. Their economy had collapsed. Next, third one is Cambodia. Cambodia was a colony of China, French. After the independence, their government under King Norodom Sihanouk was weak and faced numerous challenges. Cambodia was affected by the Vietnam War. Their country was used for the supply routes for North Vietnamese. US dropped bomb in Cambodia where used all a supply routes. Sihanouk, the king, was overthrown by General Lon Nol, who established a right-wing military dictatorship. The second topic, what skills, abilities, and education did Hitler have? Hitler was a great speaker. One of Hitler's most famous ability was his oratory. He was gifted orator who could hold massive audiences, spellbound, generating fervor and compelling his idea into actuality. They were centerpiece of his climb up the political ladder, full of emotions and dream. Hitler served as a soldier in World War One. His experience in the war deeply influenced his worldview. Second, Mao. Mao was a master of guerrilla warfare through which he rose to power during the Chinese War, which is fighting against the Japanese invasion. He conducted a people's war on which the military would gain support by living and fighting among peasants. Mao's intellectual development was influenced by Western thought, especially Marxist-Leninist ideology. He also read widely on, on Chinese philosophy and classical texts. Third, Pol Pot. Pol Pot was an ideological extremist who held radical Marxist and Leninist Maoist views, which were reinterpreted by him to fit his dream of a communal agricultural paradise. A talented underground organizer, he had he had led Khmer Rouge for years in guerrilla war. Pol Pot received uh, a scholarship to study radio electronics in Paris during the 1940s. In France, he joined communist groups and he read on Marxist theory. And third topic, how did Hitler gain popularity and political power in their respective country? Hitler understood the importance of propaganda in shaping public opinion. He and Joseph Goebbels, he's Minister of Propaganda, effectively used media, art, and rallies to promote Nazi Party's ideals. Third, Mao. Mao and Chinese Communist Party, CCP, directed their efforts toward mobilizing Chinese vast rural population, and Mao gained significant support in the countryside. Third, Pol Pot, Cambodia, rural population largely uh, impoverished and affected by war and political instability, and they felt abandoned by the Phnom Penh government. Pol Pot and Khmer Rouge promised the agrarian utopia, appealing to disenfranchised, disenfranchised farmers and young people, disillusioned with traditional authority. Its fourth, last topic. How did each leader maintain political power control despite the failure of their policies? Hitler, first Hitler. Hitler was brutal. The Gestapo and which is secret police and the SS arrested and eliminating opponents like communists, socialists, and intellectuals. He used propaganda and restricted media and many other things. Failures of his policy was often hidden, and this was imposed on his enemies like Jews and Jews and other opponents. He also brainstormed the young so that they obeyed Nazi. The youngs obeyed Nazi. Second, Mao. Mao also killed his opponents, even if they were communist. His image was like a revolutionary hero. Failures like the Great Leap Forward, which caused death of millions, Mao blamed on lower level officials. He regulated US and Russia as enemies so that they could turn people's attention to outside even though they were in the huge difficulties. Third, Pol Pot. Pol Pot isolated Cambodia from the outside world. He restricted the movement of people, freedom of expression, assembly, and travel. He executed intellectuals and urban residents. He justified failures and starvation as a short-term struggles in the revolutionary journey with the promise of a brighter future for Cambodia. So I'll summarize all of topics. Hitler, Mao, and Pol Pot pretended as savior by taking advantage of national crisis and unifying people through fears and their ideologies. Um, Hitler has fascism. Mao has Mao had uh, peasant communism, and Pol Pot has agrarian vision. Their policy destroyed human lives and economies, and all had a long life traumatic effect on their countries. So it never happened again. And thank you so much for listening to my lecture. Thank you.